You don't feel drained because of people. You feel drained because of who you become around them. And once you see that, you won't look at being social the same way again. You're standing in your kitchen, staring at a message. Saturday night? You type, yeah, delete it. Type it again. Then you just stand there longer than you should. Part of you wants to go, but another part already feels tired just thinking about it. It's not the plan that's exhausting you. It's everything you know you'll have to manage when you get there. If that tension feels familiar, stay with me, because what's actually draining you isn't what you think. And once you see it, you'll recognize it every single time. It starts earlier than you realize. You say yes, but your body already said no. You're staring at the message on your screen. This weekend? Your thumb hovers over the keyboard longer than it should. You type, yeah, sounds good, then reread it twice before actually hitting send. That pause isn't indecision. It's a prediction. Your brain is already simulating the entire night, the conversation, your tone, their reactions. So the plan doesn't start Saturday night. It starts now, in your head. You're pre-running social situations just to control how you'll be perceived.
And that's why you feel drained before anything even happens.
The only thought in your mind is, do I have the energy to be that version of me tonight? But the truth is, it already started. You're not reacting to reality, you're rehearsing for it. And that rehearsal doesn't stop when you arrive. You're in the conversation and outside of it at the same time. You're nodding, smiling, saying all the right things. But a second voice is running in parallel. Was that too much? Did that sound weird? Should I say something now? Your attention splits, half on them, half on monitoring yourself. So even when nothing goes wrong, it still feels heavy. Because your brain never gets to rest inside the moment. This continuous self-monitoring loop is what's secretly draining you. You leave conversations feeling like you just performed, not connected. The only thought in your head is, am I coming across okay right now? 2 conversations, one visible, one exhausting. You weren't present, you were managing. And that's why something feels off even when it goes fine. You get home, and the silence feels like relief. You close the door, drop your keys, your shoulders finally loosen without you even noticing. Nothing dramatic happened tonight. No conflict, no awkward silences. Still, you feel drained.
Because the entire time,
You were adjusting yourself in tiny ways. Your tone, your timing, your expression, all of it controlled. These micro-adjustments in your behavior are what keep your nervous system on high alert. You've started to associate socializing with depletion instead of connection. The only thought in your head is, why am I this tired when nothing even happened? That's exactly the point. It wasn't the people, it was the performance. And that's why you start changing your behavior, without even realizing it. You still show up, just less. You pick smaller groups, shorter plans, places where you can leave early without having to explain yourself. You start saying, I'm busy, when really, you're just protecting your energy. You reply later. You cancel more often. Not dramatically, gradually, until your world feels easier to manage. And smaller. Avoidance reduces your immediate stress, but it only reinforces the pattern. Your life becomes controlled, but it also becomes less alive. The only thought in your head is, it's just easier this way. Easier, but narrower. You didn't choose solitude, you chose predictability. But that's not the whole truth. Đây là bản kịch bản tiếng Anh chuẩn cho Block 5.
tôi đã tinh chỉnh từ ngữ để đảm bảo sự sắc sảo, đánh thẳng vào tâm lý phòng vệ của người nghe Mỹ, đồng thời tối ưu các nhịp nhĩ để ai đọc không bị đều đều. Block 5. This is the part you don't say out loud. Here's the uncomfortable part, and you already know it. Sometimes it's not about being tired, it's about control. Alone, you don't have to filter yourself. You don't have to calculate how you're going to land. You don't have to risk being misunderstood, or worse, being seen clearly.
So solitude becomes safer than exposure. Not because you don't want people, but because you don't trust what happens when you're fully visible. This fear of being judged is what's secretly driving your need to protect yourself. You never actually test whether your real self is enough. The only thought in your head is, what if they see me as I am, and it's not enough? That's the risk. You're not hiding from people, you're hiding from unfiltered visibility. So the question isn't whether you need alone time. You don't need less people. You need less performance. Alone time isn't what's draining your life. It's the cost you pay to be around others. The constant adjusting, the invisible editing. That's what burns you out. So you can keep your solitude, but start noticing when you're performing. Because the moment that drops, something shifts. Not on the outside, inside the interaction. Reducing this self-monitoring is the only way to lower your emotional strain. If you don't change this, you'll stay stuck between isolation and exhaustion. The only thought in your head is, what if I didn't have to manage myself this much? That's the exit. Fix the performance, not the solitude. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You don't need to fix your need for solitude. You need to notice when you start editing yourself just to earn acceptance. You're the one who can feel that shift in yourself mid-conversation. The one who knows exactly when you stopped being real and started managing. You're not low energy, you're high awareness without a place to rest it. Think about the last time you felt drained after being around people. At what exact moment did you start adjusting yourself? If this gave you language for something you've been feeling but couldn't explain, follow along. Next time you feel that quiet relief when plans fall through, pay attention to what you're actually being released from.